Hvala vam na pitanju, pre svega. I will answer in English, as is easier to me. Even if I fully understand. I fully understand. Yes, I'm cooperating with the ECPD since 2004, 2005. So I had the opportunity to see, by one side, the evolution of ECPD as a higher educational institution, on the other side, the evolution of our region. I would like to stress, first of all, that now I'm acting as a professor for ECPD. I'm an expert in international law and EU law. I'm teaching this in Italy and in different universities. I have been appointed by ECPD to represent ECPD in the region, let's say in the wider region of Trieste. So the idea is to continue in developing our programs and our idea of how better higher education can contribute to develop a peace culture and foster development in the region. By this point of view, I believe that ECPD did a great job in the last years. Obviously, the challenges are big, and by this point of view, informing young people, keeping young people aware of what are the possibilities of the EU integration by one side, but also about, as we were speaking about these topics today, about a regional approach is extremely important. And at the same time, I would like to stress that the multidisciplinary approach of ECPD is of great importance. I'm a lawyer, so obviously I'm dealing with the legal aspects of European integration, international public law, post-conflict resolution, and these topics. But ECPD, as you know, is very active and proactive also in other kinds of programs, from health to other social aspects and issues. There are two aspects I think are fundamental to understand the role of ECPD. On one side, ECPD, and this is a great added value, is able to involve and to keep in constant contact network. I had the opportunity to meet colleagues coming from all over the world. We have professors coming from Washington, from Italy as I am, Germany, obviously, let's say the Balkan region, Russia, and by this point of view, it's really valuable for us, let's say scholars and teachers and professors. It's a valuable way also to exchange ideas, which is fundamental. Otherwise, okay, we have the new technologies, you will hear, oh, you can find everything on Google, but it's not so true. I mean, it's true by one side, but the personal confrontation, maybe also if you have different ideas or perspectives, is fundamental, I believe. On the other hand, I have been so lucky to be involved in different master programs and trainings organized by ECPD in Macedonia, in Serbia, and in other parts of the region. And by this point of view, I can tell you that it's not probably the right word, but the human capital, I don't like this word, first of all, but let's use it just to be clear. The human capital is represented by young students. And I'm strongly convinced we have been able in these years to widen their perspectives and their approaches. And this is also very, very important. To try to change things, even if it's not so easy. The question is very complicated, but let's say like this. We can split it in two. By a certain point of view, I had the opportunity to meet very motivated, very ambitious, and also very well prepared young people, young students. On the other hand, and this is, let's say, the theoretical part. They are very active in classes, they participate to lectures and so on. On the other hand, but this is not, let's say, directly related with the ECPD mission somehow, but it should be taken into account at a higher level, in my opinion. One of the biggest problems of this region is brain drain, is the fact that once you have a well-educated person, if they, this is understandable, if you receive an offer from a company or from a public institution in Italy rather than in France, you are somehow forced to go, also by an economical point of view. So human development is strictly linked to socio-economic development. So if if I can tell, we are good in human development, we have to take into account more and more also the socioeconomic dimension. Because if you don't give to these young people real concrete perspectives, how they can contribute to the growth of their country, to be proud also of their country, why not? I'm not speaking about nationalism, obviously, but to be part of a community is very important, and to give them the possibility to grow, something is missing. And this is not a part of the ECPD role, but I think that we need to stress this. It's obviously more a political issue, but to be clear.